What's this? What's this? There's something in the air. What's this? I see it over there. What's this? It looks like it is a... Okay, my singing is bad. There's an asteroid over here. Welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival Ultimate Ironman. I'm KnowItAllDM. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing great today. As you can see, I've done a little bit off camera, and by a little bit, I mean a lot. And so I've gone ahead, I've gotten some turrets put on the hover vessel. I got it made up so that I can utilize it in combat. I went ahead and used the container extensions because you never know when they're going to implement the full container, you know, whatchamacallit thing. But with these in here, I've got more than enough room. So, and I've got a little bit in here too. But that's not the main thing that I've done. So I went ahead and built a house back over there. I went around the map on the hover vessel. I didn't discover everything, but I discovered a lot of stuff. I tried to avoid going into Xerax territory, but sometimes, you know, you just can't help it. And I went and I mined out all the resources that I could get to. There's a couple iron deposits that I can't get to. That's with the exception of... Where are they? Over here. There are some promethium deposits over here that I could go and get. And these are inside of the radiation biome. And I might end up doing that, you know, off camera later. But I did go ahead. I got some cobalt. I got some copper. I got everything. I looted a couple of like these smaller bases here. You'll notice that there are a few... like this one that are set to my faction now because I just turned them over to private, that one and that one. And so I did a bit of looting. I even went down here to the crashed ship here and the crashed capital vessel, and I got a little bit of I looted one thruster so I could get all the resources I needed. And I went ahead, I got to level 10. To do that, I went down here to the southern biome, went around in the cold area down here, and I started killing off some of the cold weather alien insect things that used to look like scorpion things but weren't really scorpions, alien arachnids. Yeah, I've done a good amount of stuff. Let me show you this. While I was looting, I got this and that. I went ahead and built this. You'll notice my generator is not running because right now I'm going 100% solar power, but I'll get more on that in a minute. I also got these two large solar panels while I was out looting. I went ahead and built me a little habitation building over here. Over here we've got the living room. And we've got a little bedroom in here. I figured I'd leave the kitchen stuff for over at the workshop over there, just to save space. And up here in the attic area, I've got a little lookout area here. As you can see out there, I've got some turrets set out, some retractable turrets. And if I get a drone base attack, which I've been having, even before I put those out, I had drone bases attacking. I think it counts these little sentries as turrets for that. So I've got two switches that if either of them are on, the turrets will become active. That's this one here. There's another one over in the workshop. And also over in the workshop, I went ahead and I set up a charge mode for the base where I can come over here and I flip this and it shuts down everything except for this and the refrigerator, and it will turns on the generator over there so that the base can start charging up, and it will it'll actually gain faster. But during the day when I have no like when it's perfectly clear out like it is today, and I've got a full 4 yellow dots going on these, it charges regardless, as long as I don't have my large turrets activated. So those are the main points, with one exception. I have one more major point that I've got up here. I've gone ahead, put everything into the factory, and I think I've got like just a little bit of stuff left in there, but I went ahead and wow, why are you doing it sideways? That's weird. Okay, that's better. And now I've got an air speeder. Now, the air speeder isn't 100% meant for combat. It has some weaponry. It's got, what is it, 4 rockets and 4 Gatling guns, or is it 2 Gatling guns? I think it's, yeah, 4 Gatling guns. It's got 4 Gatling guns and 4 rockets, so it can be used really well for combat against things. It's also got constructors that are already all set up. It's got a armor locker. It's got a oxygen thing. It's got, of course, the storage here and there. And in addition to that, it's got a refrigerator and a nothing over here. But it's got little those there for just to make it angled. I could replace this block with something. I just haven't figured out what I want to replace it with yet. So yeah, let's go ahead, and we've got an SV now, and let's fuel up the SV. Let's come on down into here. We've got some fuel right here that we can put in there, and this is going to be what we're going to be using to scout out for our mission objective. I want this to be the land speeder fuel. Oh, not the land speeder, the air speeder fuel. And it does have an oxygen tank, which is right there. And but we're not going to use that on the planet. If and when we go into space, we'll do it, but this thing isn't really meant for space. And as you can see with Alpha 9, the retractable landing gears are awesome. It gives you a great silhouette while flying and makes it look awesome while it's landed. I've got 3 generators on the bottom and 1 on the inside, so if those on the bottom get blown out, the one on the inside will carry on. So that way I can at the very least get back to the base. Oh, I need to do this, and I think I've got all my weapon systems are already keyed to that one switch here, which I know I keyed it over here, and I could have used those, but you'll notice there's a ramp that follows along with it down on the bottom. So that's the only reason I used that. So let's do a little look around for this. Let's see, I need to scout out over here. I need to scout out over here, and I need to scout out over here. Oh, let me make sure those waypoints remove on approach, remove on approach, and remove on approach. I also need to scout out, hold on, up here, remove on approach, and I think that one is just that one thing. So I think those are all the major Xerax areas. So we're gonna go and scout these out. I'm not very maneuverable, like left and right wise, but I maneuver quite well up and down, so I should be all right avoiding or like rotating. I'm not that good at, but I can maneuver left and right and up and down while I'm flying anyway quite well. So I should be able to avoid avoid getting damaged by Xerax, things. And I'm pretty sure there's a base over here somewhere. But, alright, so let's get this new marker gone. Okay, there's a floating artifact over here that we can take out. Now, this artifact, I don't know why it says Xerax, because it's a neutral-ish one, but I don't know. All the floating ones are Xerax controlled, so, oh, and I know there's one more up this direction right about here that I want to go and check out. I'm pretty sure, now I might have to manually remove some of these. I'm pretty sure that there's a base right there as well. So once I discover the base, I'm just gonna bank off and get away, but it's probably gonna be like right here. I need to start banking, yeah. Okay, because I just want to discover the things. I'm not trying to, what's this? Condor mid? Or corridor mid. Right. So I set down this little corridor waypoint system for while I was on the hover vessel, so I stay out of Xerax territory, and there's this little corridor between them right there. So that's what that is. I can go ahead and, where's that one? Delete, because I know what that is. I'm in hostile territory now. There are several things over here. That looks like that's going to be our mission right there. And there's the drone base there as well. Eesh. Everything's in this area. Now, I'm not 100% positive that's our mission until I look at the map. No, it's not. It just happens to be a large comm center. Which, actually, I don't know if that's one of our possible missions. I don't think so. But I can remove that now. Let's continue on over this direction. And let's see, which one is next? That would be this one that I'm heading towards this direction. I do notice that there's something that I'm missing back there. That is... It says east. Let's head over that way, see if there's anything that way, because all these bases are south. So if this is east, it's probably actually more southeast. Yep, and now it's directly southeast. So there's probably either a base or a deposit right around. Yeah, silicon deposit. Okay, cool. That silicon deposit is a good distance from the bases, so I might be able to actually mine that one. I know the Xerax won't like it if I do, but now the main reason that I went ahead and did all of this off camera is because if I did it on camera, it would actually take longer, and I need to hurry up and find the mission and take it out. So this episode is finding the mission, and the next episode should be attacking it. And do I have any food on me? I don't even have any food on me. Hold on a minute. I got to land right over here, pick up some food. And let's see, I need some corn dogs. There's some corn dogs right over here. And let's just land right here. I'll turn you off for now. Corn dogs, go ahead and, oh, I've got one already made up. There's some copper. This is a decent grassland area that I didn't know about. So, near the old farm and the junkyard. That junkyard had a lot of good stuff that I could disassemble. It had a turret. It had some, just a bunch of other things. Okay, let's see. Is that all? All right. Let's go ahead and put the bike back down on 4. And I will be able to scout around and find some more corn dogs real quick. There's some crickets here that I could attack and turn into... Oh, I don't know if you noticed, but I also have a tier 2 assault rifle now instead of just the basic one. The crickets I could kill and turn into meat. But I'm more interested in just finding some corn dogs to tide me over. Until I get back to the base. So that ought to do good until I get back to the base. And at the very least, I can actually look for it again. Okay, let's registry, show private. I want the airspeeder waypointed. That way I can see it from a good distance. Okay. Alright, let's head on back up. Okay, and we're going this direction, I believe. Would you behave? Alright, so there's something over here. Have I... Yeah, that was the wreckage and the Polaris shuttle hub. Right now I don't have any ammo in my... Well, okay. There's a little bit of ammo because these apparently started with ammo. But, God. Stop! Behave. Look forward. I said forward. Like so. Okay, thank you. I mean, I could have, yeah, could have just done that. But anyway. Alright, so... Yeah, looks like this one up here is the closest one. There's a Xerox factory and probably something else. So let's go ahead and just keep eating. Let's turn on that, the cruise, so we can keep flying while we're eating. I liked the cruise on this. It came in handy while scouting the place because I can just hit map, see where I am, see where I'm going, and it keeps on moving. So, alright, so we're getting close to this marker, which means that somewhere around here there's going to be, I see a base right there. I don't know what it is, but it appears to be a... That's probably the factory there. Okay, which means I want to head this direction. And that may be the only thing that's creating this, so I should be able to go ahead and do that and delete it. Like so. Okay. Now, the next new marker that is the closest is this one here. Okay, so we're gonna go into here and then probably down this direction. Oh, and I need to actually no, remove that, because that, I think that is what created this here. So, there's a landing pad with some things around it. I think down here is probably where the base is. So let's go ahead. Well, I'm gonna head over that way. It'll be like this direction, and that's probably gonna give me what I'm looking for. I'm probably just gonna want to fly straight over top of it, see the base, and then head back home. Because that's a small area, and you know, it's All right, so let's get some altitude. And let's go ahead and delete that one. Like so. Okay. Now we can come over this direction and fly over top of it probably and be fine. So there's a good amount of things here. It looks like this may be our thing here. I need to get in. Okay. All right, there it is. That's the power station that we're looking for. So we're not going after the spaceport this time like we did in Season 0. It's the Epsilon Power Station. It looks like there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings. We could probably take that one on the mountain by itself and then come back and take the other 3 just fine. I might want... I'm probably going to want to just use this this ship to do it in, but I'm definitely going to want to set up a repair station nearby because I'm going to take a few hits. And speaking of repair station, let's get our, come on, cruise control online. Let's head back to the home base there. And you'll notice you can actually go faster now when you're heading downhill than the thing normally allows. Let's save the template so that I can repair to template when I get a tier 2 repair bay. Let's see what a basic repair bay costs. Where is that? That is going to need a couple more levels to get to, but we should be okay at that. All right, let's come over here and come in for a landing. Okay. And there aren't really any landing lights here, but there we go. Okay. So, what I'm going to want to do to prepare for the mission. First and foremost, I'm definitely going to need to gather up some more copper because I'm going to need some more of this, and I'm going to need to be able to make, let's see here, small vessel. I'm going to need to be able to make ammo for the rocket launcher, which needs magnesium. Eesh. Let's look at... no, I just want planet info. Okay. Moon. Planet info. There is magnesium on the moon. So, I'm going to want to go to the moon and gather up some magnesium. First and foremost. Probably going to do that today. And then, well, in this episode, going to go get some magnesium for that. What level am I right now? I should be 10. Yep, I'm just at 10. Let's go ahead and make up what you can of that. Does the moon... let's see. Sector list, moon, planet info. Moon does not have any copper. Let's see. Orbit info. Alright, sector list, orbit, orbit info. Alright, there are copper asteroids in orbit, which is good. So we can go find some copper in orbit. Let's look at the map and see what we've discovered here. There's one copper deposit that I know of, and it is surrounded by, yeah, just nastiness. Now, there is a silicon deposit out here, which is probably about 500 away. I might, looking at the terrain, it might be flat terrain there, but I might be able to get to that silicon deposit without incurring the wrath of the comm center. Okay, so you keep working on this. You know what I need now? What I really am gonna need? Cancel that. Give me a water generator. I'm gonna need to start producing oxygen. So give me that. Make up as much of that as you can. I will go get some promethium later. Okay, so at least, you see, this is why I built by a lake, so I could put the water generator right down by the lake. That's what I always do. Alright, let's go ahead and charge mode, sleep, decharge mode. And doing that gets me a bigger boost in this. So, okay, and of course it stopped production on this as well, so it doesn't keep going, but I'm not too worried about that. So now you can make that up as well. Okay, so give me the water generator. Okay, and we'll put this down over here. Oddly enough, I haven't found any oxygen, and you can no longer steal oxygen from bases unless you put down one of your own cores. So, that's something that I have to worry about now. Let's see. Now, this land speeder does have an does it have oxygen? No, it does not have an oxygen thing, which is fine. I mean, I'm not going to be using it anywhere but on this planet anyway, because the air speeder up there will be better use in planets now. This entire thing is basically worthless now, because now that I've got the air speeder, which has everything on it that this did, I could probably start disassembling this piece by piece if I wanted. But what am I looking for? Let me go ahead and give me the fuel from that, and let me put it in here to get this generator started with oxygen. Right now, I have no oxygen apart from what's in my suit. And I can refresh the suit oxygen at Polaris bases. Oh, and there's more fuel here. I can refresh the suit oxygen at Polaris bases. I don't know if there's any Polaris bases on the moon, but we're going to go find out. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and get ready and head up to the base. Let's fill. Can I put any more in there? Yeah. Fill that up with that. Put the rest of this in the, actually that's a constructor in. Let's put it in the constructor out. And then we can put this in there. And oh, before I go, a couple things I'm gonna need. I'm going to need that's right, I have to move this into here. Cancel that, because I'm gonna need that and that. Like so. Cancel that. And do that. So now, once I get these started, I should be good on going to the moon. All right. So let's grab our drill charges. Reload 1. All right, there we go. Now we are good to head to the moon. Let me go ahead and do this and connect to the airspeeder. That way, that way when what am I saying? When I drill ore, it'll go straight into the cargo box rather than be stuck in my inventory, and it saves a step of me having to worry about that. Alright, so there's the moon. Let's head over there. While I'm heading over there, I'm going to be setting up some some switches and such. What's this? What's this? There's something in the air. What's this? I see it over there. What's this? It looks like it is a... Okay, my singing is bad. There's an asteroid over here. This could be a... Is this a copper asteroid? Cobalt. Nice. Waypoint. Actually, no, it's not waypointed, but let's... That's fortuitous, because that way we don't have to go into the radiated biome ever again. Alright, so we're coming down to the moon's surface. So what we're going to want to do, take a look at our map real quick. Let's head this direction. Alright, so there's the drone base. I want to stay away from that. I'm going to manually put that there so I can know to avoid it. So I'm almost I'm halfway with oxygen right now, and I haven't found any any magnesium yet. Everything I've found on the moon so far has been Xerax bases. So I'm a little worried that that's all that's here. That there's no Polaris on here. There might be one Polaris base on here, but I don't know. Alright, so my oxygen is getting really low, so I think what I'm gonna do now is once I get this discovered... Alright, let's head back to the planet and refill our oxygen and put oxygen in the ship as well, and repair a little bit of our battle damage. I did get a couple of tinks here and there from minigun drones and other such things. right, so we should have just enough oxygen to get us back to the base. All right, sorry about that. My microphone cut out and I didn't notice. But I'm back, and yeah. So I've got the ship repaired up mostly. It's at 99%, but I can't find the any damage. I went all the way around it with my this thing, the multi-tool, and I couldn't find any damage. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna have you make up as much more oxygen as you can, but I already went ahead, made up some oxygen, and we can go ahead and put this in you like so. You see, I don't like that they really ought to increase the capacity of a small oxygen container to 500, so you can fit 2 of these in there instead of, you know, because before each one of these was 200 value, and now it's, yeah, it's weird. Can I make up small oxygen bottles? I don't think you can make up small oxygen bottles. You just have to, because before you could split these into smaller oxygen bottles, but now I think in order to get small oxygen bottles, you just have to use this, and I don't think it's worth it right now for that. But in any case, let's go ahead. We will turn you on, flight systems off. And we should be able to, yeah. No O2 in the tanks. Well, we can fix that. And now we should be able to put at least 1 more of these in there, and we're all right. I might add a second oxygen tank to this, like here, there, maybe there, just so it has more oxygen capacity. But for now, I'm not going to worry about that. Let's see. I've made up some bread because I'm running low on food. I need to do a food run. So I think what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go out, do a bit of hunting, and then I'll BRB once I have enough food to last me a while. All right, so I've got more than enough food making up here. Let's go ahead and eat that. And so I've got the rest of this making up. I'm gonna go ahead and take 3 steaks and the meat burger with me, and I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator right here. And yeah, I think it's time we head back to the moon. So flight systems activated. I don't know, I need to just deactivate these. Hold on a second. Alright, so we can do flight systems. I don't need weapon systems yet, but it looks like it's time to head back to the moon. So I've pretty much covered the entire surface of the moon. I found all but 2 iron, 1 pentaxid. I haven't found one of the silicone yet, but other than that, I've pretty much found everything. And I'm probably going to find the last few. There's the iron, so I'm missing 1, 1, and 1. There's only 3 deposits I haven't found yet. And there's a good bet that some of them are in this area, around the drone base. And maybe like over here or something. I don't know. Probably over by the drone base. Because that's just about the only place that I detected something and haven't actually gone for it. So I'm going to just grab this magnesium over here. It looks like Now, I suppose there could be some up here, but I didn't see any, like, red detection things going up that way, so... But, it looks like the Xerax control the entire moon. I don't know if in the next few seasons, once I update it to Alpha 9 fully, if that will still be the case. But, we will see. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to gather up some magnesium real quick. And then I'm going to head back up to the planet. Or I guess down to the planet, over to the planet. Alright, so I've gotten the entire deposit over here mined out. I need to get my radiation levels lowering, so if they're not fully lowered by the time I get back to the base, I will have to take a shower. I got 152, which is not bad. So I say that's good for now. Let's head on back into space and head back to the planet. Alright, so I've got the magnesium that I need. Now I need to go get some more promethium. I could either use the promethium asteroid in space or the promethium deposits down here. I think I'm going to go back into space and start mining some of the promethium deposits. But first, I need to get my radiation levels down because I am at 0.7. So I'm going to come over here and take a quick shower and get that down. All right. Okay, so now let's see what water we have over here. Because, you know, necessary. And I'll put half of it in here. And the other half is going to go in there for me to use with that. And, one thing that I'm going to need is this. Okay. Let me go ahead real quick and make up another suit of armor. But for the time being, this armor is going to be that the armor value drops to 0, which makes the durability pointless. So, because even if durability drops to nothing, you can still wear the armor. So, okay. Let's see, power on, and let's go into space and gather up some promethium. Once I gather a decent amount of promethium, I'll head back down and we'll start making up ammunition. And then I think probably off camera, I'll set up a base near our attack zone. And next episode's gonna be the assault on the first mission, which is the thing that we saw down there. I don't remember what it's called, but you know, whatever. Alright, so I've mined out a large portion of this asteroid, and all of the promethium I gathered is right here. So that should last me a while. There's still promethium on this rock, as you can see over here, and over here, and up here on the top. But we're gonna leave those, and the thing might regenerate. I don't know if that actually happens in single player, but we're gonna just not worry about it and head home. All right, so we're back. And we can now build up some missiles for our weapons. Yeah, let's just go ahead and tell it to do a full 100. We're probably not going to get the full 100. But let's see. It should still be working on some. But we did get a decent amount. So now I can do this, throw those into there, This, I can take these. I'm gonna want to equip this light armor here. Like so. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I really ought to have put this on there as well. There, now I've got a full spacesuit. I'm just gonna leave it in the locker. Actually, let me put it in the locker on the airspeeder. Like so. There we go. So now I've got a spacesuit fully functional. I've got light armor that I'm wearing now. I would love to get medium or heavy armor before I make my assault on the base, but since it is just a power station, I shouldn't have any problems once I take out all of the turrets, because it's not like the other thing. It's not like the spaceport where there's a lot of enemies inside. So let's take this. It does have a little trick to it, but its trick is like puzzle based rather than, you know, fighting based. There are some things in there to fight, don't get me wrong, but you know. So we're now at 50% power, and that means that we've got an entire capacitor full along with half of one of these other capacitors. So I'm glad we went ahead and got these other capacitors online. I'm probably just going to stick with the 3 capacitors for this base, and then if I build another base, it won't be on this planet, but if I build another base, it will probably have 3 capacitors as well, because that seems to be a good amount of power. And right now, I mean, I'm only using a whole bunch of small solar panels. I don't need, you know, 15 large ones, so we're good with that. I'm not going to change this anymore from what we currently have it set up as. But in any case, now that we've got ammo for the thing, I'm going to take some time off camera, and I'm going to build up a base. I'm probably going to build it, I'm thinking about on this side near this iron mine, and taking out that advanced, it says advanced out, but advanced outpost is what it is. Taking that turrets out and then coming down here. I might even raid the advanced outpost before making my assault on the rest of these. But I'm gonna start with a small base over in this area, and then I'm going to do the rest on camera with you guys in the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit the like button for me. And if you want to see more Empyrion Galactic Survival Ultimate Ironman, go ahead and subscribe. I'm KnowItAllDM, and as always, y'all have a good day now.